time are we gonna watch it, or what time are we gonna talk about it next week?
What do you say?
What time do you want to talk about it next week?
What do you mean? What time are we going to talk
Just
about?
So I can go ahead and plan my day in advance. If you're thinking you'll be up.
All right. You want to make a bet? You want to make a bet?
I'll make a bet
of like when I'm going to get up. What time do you think it's going to be hard for me to get up?
What time do I think it's going to be hard for you to get up?
Yeah, because it won't be a challenge if it's like 2:00 in the afternoon. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'd like you to get up at the 7 a.m. time slot that I get up every single day.
Do you think so when's the last time we actually recorded at 7? Like episode 2? Hello, fellow weebs and otakus. Welcome to another episode of Anime Fix, where you get your fix for all things anime. I'm Chase.
I'm Lance.
And this is a late night version.
It is a late night anime talk radio.
ASMR.
Why is it a late night, Chase? Why do you want to tell everyone why it's a late night?
I mean, everyone knows at this point that listens. I always wake up late, and this one I woke up super late. I woke up at like 11, and that means we had to do it super late because I had things to do as well.
What are we talking about?
Oh, we are talking about a really, really amazing anime movie that you chose last week called The Garden of Words. Did you think it was going to be that great, man?
No, I think so. I was looking around for something new to watch, and what stuck out about me was that it was 46 minutes, which I just thought was a really unusual. It didn't seem like it was a TV series. There were no sequels. Most of the movies we've watched have been at least an hour and a half. So I was kind of curious as to what it was about and how much they could pack in a 46-minute movie.
I was surprised, like watching it, like how are they going to fit a whole story, like a good story, in 46 minutes? And I was shocked.
They did.
I was shocked.
Did. I am still struggling not to say this is my favorite of all time.
Bro, I mean, honestly, it might be my favorite, and I don't like rain that much.
and the thing, but what I am confident on, and I know I mentioned to you earlier, the animation is gorgeous, and it
so good.
Completely craps on Weathering with You, and it definitely craps on your name.
Okay, it definitely craps on your name, in my opinion. Weathering with You, man. Weathering with You, I think, was so good, especially like when you compare the rainy seasons and like the rain in it. I mean, granted, Weathering with You is newer and should be leaps and bounds above it, but it still was better in my opinion, but Garden of Words is still up there.
So I think why I personally think that is when you see, so Weathering with You is it's more action. It's not an action movie, but it's more action heavy. Like there's more motion and movement and people running around and going places.
Yeah.
Garden of Words is more still. And maybe that is the reason why, but they had so many close-up shots. It didn't need to be there, but if only to show just how much effort they put into
drawing. The animation. So like when they're cooking food or when he's making his shoes, bro. Animation.
Yes, those super close-ups, like the detail in them. I was just, and it was 2013. Weathering with You is 2019, 2020.
Yeah, bro. I'll tell you what, I was bricked up that whole 46 minutes on the animation. It was so good.
Yeah. And the story too is top notch.
It really was. I'm trying. So I know the girl's name is Yukino, Miss Yukino. What's the dude's name again? I forget his name.
I know it's not Taki, but
It's not Taki. It can't be Taki. There's only one Taki. Okay.
It's like Taku, I think, or something. Let me pull it up.
You're just making that up. You know that, right?
I'm not making that up. I swear there is a T in his name.
I mean, that's a good guess, I guess.
I'm not that far off. I think it's Takao.
Yeah.
It's Takao.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takao?
Takao, maybe?
Takao, I don't know. He's 15-year-old shoemaker, part-time student, because he doesn't go to school half the year.
That was probably the most unrealistic part.
He only was late or skipped first period. He didn't skip the whole day. I was late senior year. I was late senior year, or didn't go to first period almost every day because I had to go to McDonald's.
And they let you get away with that?
No, but I still did it.
Okay.
I barely graduated.
He mentioned, though, I don't know if he made it up, but he said he had a condition where he can't ride the subway.
Oh, he made that up. What do you mean?
Yeah, I watched it twice. So I watched it last night, and then I watched it this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I heard him say that, I said, "Oh, okay. Well, no wonder he was able to skip school." And then the second time I watched it, it wasn't 1 a.m, and I wasn't as tired.
Yep.
And when I heard him say that, I go, "Wait a minute, what condition could you have that when it rains, I can't take the train to class?"
Yeah. So, you want to give like a little backstory since you watched it twice and I watched it once of like the opening, like what sets up the story, the short story.
Yeah. So, one of our main characters, I'm gonna say Takao.
Yeah.
He's just starting high school. He's 15. He doesn't really like school. It's not. He doesn't consider himself a great student. But what we learn is that when it rains, he feels really. And I think I'm forgetting what the reason why is. But when it rains, he says he feels close to the sky. But it's a very a relaxing time period, so he uses that as an excuse to skip first period in school. And he goes to this garden, this park in Japan, where he works on drawing shoes and his craft. One of the times that he goes, he meets an older woman who is drinking beer and eating chocolate.
Yep, the first time I saw that, I was like, okay, that's normal adults in the working environment.
And he or she doesn't really say much. She acknowledges that he's there, but she doesn't say much. She's kind of sitting there quietly. And then she leaves, and she says a phrase to him that we learn is a type of poetry, or a particular poem from an artist. I'm not sure which, but it sort of sparks an interest that because he's a young kid skipping school and he's drawing. And she's an adult drinking beer and eating chocolate, for breakfast. And so, yeah, and she has this cryptic message that he gives him. So it kind of sets a situation where they're both mysterious to each other.
Yeah, and then the audience is also dumbfounded of what's going on as well.
Yeah, and then so from Tonka, yeah, Tonka poem.
Do you want me to say it like what it is?
Yeah,
a faint clap of thunder, clouded skies. Perhaps rain comes. If so, will you stay here with me?
Yes, that's the poem. But what is it? Is Tonka a type of poetry, or is it a particular artist? Or
yeah, Tonka is a type of poetry, I guess. Romance and drama film opens at the start of rainy season. Yeah, I don't know.
But so they go their separate ways at that point, and then over the course of the rainy season, They, like
Every
habit, they both
it rains.
every day it rains. They both go there, and they start to form a relationship.
Mm,
Getting the and kind of almost it's really one sided because he shares a lot about himself with her.
yeah.
She doesn't share a lot with him. She just listens
Yep. What's crazy
mostly.
is at the very first time when she goes to leave for the day or whatever, she notices his uniform, and then that's when
Hmm.
she gives him the poem and then leaves. So she immediately knew that he was a student. But then yeah, so like as the rainy season goes on, you know, she reveals really nothing about herself except for her bringing the food all the time, and then well, food. I mean, by food, I mean chocolate and beer, not like actual food. Takayo, whatever his name is, he brings her food a lot because she also sucks at cooking. We find that out in one of the many days of the rainy season.
I like how she goes, I can cook, and then he tries a bit. She's
Yep.
like, but I'm just not that good.
Yep.
Very.
Yeah. And apparently she's
um,
27, by the way.
yes, yes, we learned that more towards the end, or
Yep.
after in the latter half that she's
Yep. She's old.
27.
She's super old.
So, and then so anyway, it's a movie about them getting to know each other and why, kind of really why they go to that park every day it rains, and sort of what their personal motivations and their struggles are.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about what you thought about her when you found out her story?
I was so like you don't really find out until like 3/4 of the movie in. Um or was it like halfway or 3/4? I don't know. But like when I found out, like it never I thought she was just a random lady, right? Um I didn't see the twist coming. I think I should have because it makes perfect sense if that was the case, but um I don't know. I just didn't see it coming. I guess I didn't realize, or I was just too fixated on like them getting to know each other and stuff like that, or him oversharing. But when,
Yeah.
so like what happens eventually is we eventually find out. I'm trying to remember how we find out. Oh yeah, we find out because they're both at school, and he's walking to another class, and she's walking out of the faculty office, and all the girls are like, Miss Yukino. And then like they both turn around, look at each other, and he's like, "What? You're a teacher here?"
Now, was it after? Because we got after that point. There's a few sections where we get like a internal monologue from her and kind of see her life in her
Yeah.
apartment.
Yep. And then so
But it
like
was after that point when she talks to her, what we find as ex-boyfriend about.
yeah, but
Okay.
but she talks on the phone, and you don't know like where he works or like where she works. Still, you still don't know until like you see him at
Uh,
school. But
yeah.
apparently, she has a taste disorder where she can't taste anything besides beer and chocolate. So that's why she brings beer and chocolate every day.
Mhm.
That's all she can taste until Takayo starts making her food, and she can taste that food.
Yeah. Well, let's go a little bit deeper. Why does she go to? Because they comment on this, like how she
Mm-hmm.
hasn't been fired yet.
Yep.
Why does she go to the park every day?
So she tries to go to work every day. She gets right up to the train and then doesn't ever get on the train and then goes to the park instead. There is a rumor going around the school of this boy or whatever liked her, and like the other preppy girls, 15-year-olds or whatever, demon childs. They started spreading rumors about that boy with having a relationship with her. So that causes a lot of anxiety and stress with her, and she can't handle it. So she never goes back to school, or she does eventually, but it takes a long, long time for her to muster up that courage, which is really weird because if you think about it, like that's like the main thing where she's stressed and stuff about, but then she starts developing that relationship with Takayo, a 15-year-old, and it's kind of odd how that happens. I don't know, like the
No,
that works.
it
I don't
is
know.
odd, but I mean, there's so the relationship that her relationship with him is different than the rumored relationship with that other boy. So,
I know.
So yeah, what the school is, or what these high school cheerleader preppy bullies. What are you doing?
I don't know. Just focus. What are you doing? Focus on your words. Focus on your garden of words, Lance.
So the high school bullies are spreading rumors that she has been engaging in an intimate relationship with one of the students. Right?
Yeah.
And that causes her a lot of stress and anxiety because it apparently it's not just in the school. It's spread throughout the community. Like parents and neighbors and everyone has heard this rumor. And so people talk about it. It's kind of hard to like, can't believe that's the teacher who fooled around with that student, even though it's not true.
And all the guys are like, lucky.
Yeah. So anyway, that's where. So what's different about it though is I don't feel like their relationship that's been building is like that. I feel like the
you don't think so?
No, I think it was maybe for him.
For him, I think for him it definitely was.
I think for her it was more because he's so in his own world and so in his own head. And when he looked at her, I bet this is what it is. When he looks at her, he doesn't see the teacher who is rumored to have fooled around with the student. He just sees an adult.
Well, he didn't know about that rumor because he's in his own world.
Because he didn't know, and because he's in his own world, he doesn't have that bias, in the back of his mind when he stares at her. And I think that for her, having been being seen as for who you are in a moment versus what people think you are, I think that was kind of a sort of what it released a lot of that anxiety from her because she got to feel like herself again.
Yeah.
And then there's also a point that I think it gets mentioned in the movie, but also when I was reading about it afterwards, about how just because you're older doesn't mean you're wiser or more mature.
No.
At handling things, and that's kind of. He's still a kid.
I would say he's way more mature. Yeah.
Way more mature than she is.
I think so too. Even at 15, he's way more mature than she is because she's down in chocolate and beer to solve her problems and go into a park talking with a 15-year-old.
Yeah. But
I don't know if I agree with you on the relationship for her. I mean, I guess like it's like someone to talk to, but I think she did develop romantic feelings for him. But she stopped herself. Like when he confessed to her in the apartment, right? He said, "This is the happiest I've ever been." She also was thinking, "This is the happiest I've ever been." When he confessed, she's like, "It's Miss Yukino." And I think in the back of her mind, she's like, "Don't want those rumors to actually be true." I don't know. That's my thoughts.
Could be. That could be it. Do you think? Now, here's actually an interesting question.
Yeah,
we're told that it's not true from the perspective of her and the people that she spoke to, right? I know that other students have said that these are bullies and they're kind of preppy cheerleader types.
Oh yeah.
But do you think that there is some truth to it?
No, not at all. You see those kids that Taco like was like here you spreading rumors about Miss Yukino or whatever like that.
And she says, "I don't give a crap about that slut," and she just slaps her.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, these are the kids that would definitely spread false rumors for sure.
I felt for that kid though, Takai.
Yeah,
Takeo. That's his name. That's what we're saying.
We're calling him T now.
We're calling him T.
We're calling him T. Yep.
I really felt for him when he slapped her, and then that much bigger student.
The bigger student. Freaking
and he goes, "I'm going to have fun with this."
He just gets proceeded to be thrown out of the classroom, and he's just sitting on the ground. He's like, "Round 5."
I could do this all day.
Yeah, I could do this all day. Give me a trash can lid.
I'll say though, he must have handled himself because he didn't walk away with much more bruises than we saw when he got
Yeah,
thrown against the lockers. So
not really, no, man. But like, so back to your point of like, do you think there's any truth to it? The amount of like time that T and Yukino spent together, that was almost close to a year, and then like them building like an actual relationship together, of like feelings and stuff like that. If she turned him down from his confession after that amount of time, I don't see any way she could have, did things with another student at all.
yeah, I didn't think so either, but I wanted to hear what you if you thought there was any truth to it.
For sure. Thoughts on your what's your thoughts on the ending?
So this is a deviation from there was a manga. Definitely a deviation from normal endings. It kind of left it in a like they went their own separate ways. She's in a new town at a new school. He's focusing on himself.
Oh, that's
kind of
so
has
funny.
it. He has this sort of idea that one day I'm gonna get to a point where I can be with her or whatever.
Bro,
and
this reminds me of Domestic Girlfriend so much. So much. I can't wait for you to watch it. Anyways, continue your thoughts.
I thought it was very real because like a lot of times in these types of movies we want this there to be that happy ending where people run off into the sunset and they're holding hands and everything works out. And with this ending, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't satisfying, and I think that's what made it good.
Yeah,
because the realism of there's no way they can't, even if she's not a teacher there anymore.
You gotta wait 3 years.
Because we talked about that previously about the age of consent in Japan, but
it's 15, isn't it?
I don't remember.
I think it's 15, but like I think it's still frowned upon. So like you have to wait 3 years.
But anyway, yeah. So in 3 years is in the larger scheme not that long. Like for a 15-year-old, that's huge, and a lot can happen in that time frame. So I appreciate his sentiment. I am sure that he will move on to someone else.
I don't think he will.
Yeah. You don't think so?
No, he's leagues above like maturity of everyone else, and he is in his own world, and he's told no one about his dream of becoming a shoe crafter or cobbler or whatever, besides his brother and his family. So only she knows that, and he said he doesn't share that at all with anybody else. So I think eventually that he would find her.
I could see them being friends. I don't, because who's to say that she's going to sit around waiting for him to be old enough?
I don't know if anyone wants a chocolate beer drinker besides him.
You're so judgy. You're so judgy. She has a condition.
You know what? I want my ending to be the true ending. Don't shit on my dreams, Lance.
I do think that they'll stay in touch. I don't think they'll be in a relationship, but I like how it ended with them going their own separate ways, sort of like with a positive separation, where she just sort of broke down. I thought that really hit me when she started crying and saying how he saved her.
Did you watch English or Japanese?
I watched English.
I watched English too, bro. Her crying words and sobbing, disgusting. Mm-hmm. She sounded disgusting. Completely different than her normal voice acting.
How do you think you sound when you're bawling in tears? Like, people, when you're that upset, when you're that emotional, like, your body is reacting in ways that, like, it's difficult to just in that moment understand. And you sniffling, your voice is hoarse. Like, I totally get it. That's
what she sounds like, bro. You call me judge, you call me whatever, but I don't know, man.
Okay, all right. You're entitled to your opinion.
I want to go back and watch the Japanese version because that didn't sound like that.
Maybe we should do that.
Should.
I think that definitely is a movie that I want. I would want to watch. I like both. I like the English. But I'm sure I'll absolutely love sub too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Um, but I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was very very authentic.
Okay, I agree with that. At least, like, yes, it's very authentic for sure. I'm used to my romance animes, like the ending and being happy and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of the ending, but I liked it.
You should read the manga then.
I already spoiled it for myself on Wikipedia.
For the manga?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they meet like 5 years later, right?
I haven't read that far ahead, so don't spoil it for me. But I ordered it today.
I don't know if they actually do or not. They said it's like up to interpretation, but who knows?
So all I know is that after that point where they went through, where she moved and he continued back in school, they stayed in touch via email. But that's all
that's all I know too. That's all I know. Overall, though, like, if the ending like was like a happy ending for me, it'd probably be top. It would probably be my favorite one. But You
don't think it was happy? She got her confidence back. Felt. I mean, I'm losing my words here, but like she learned. I mean, I'll just say the phrase she used is she learned to walk again, and he learned that he was learning to walk again too. Both of them gained some confidence in that, and it helped them continue on in their life. And I think that's a happy ending.
Yeah.
You don't like it. You don't.
No. I'm used to my romance normal anime endings, okay?
You gotta focus on the realism, Chase. Reality of the situation.
Apparently the other anime that's like closely tied to this, the 5 centimeters per second, whatever, that is a realistic anime as well, I guess. But I can never find it. Like I have no idea like where to find that at.
I'll find it. Don't you worry about that. If I have to buy it, 5 centimeters per second. That came out in 2000. Oh, so that was earlier in 2007.
2007? Oh goodness.
Yeah. Add that to my watch list. How can I watch it? Oh, fun little factoid. This is kind of a prequel to Your Name. And the loosest of senses.
Is it because there's the cameo of Taki?
No, it's because apparently the teacher.
Oh, the teacher. That's right.
Yukino has an appearance. Yeah, Yukino. Let's see if I can figure out where she is. Yukino, Your Name. Now, do we ever figure out if they if it was the same studio or not? Did you look into that?
I did not look into that. I could look into that though.
Let's see here. I'm on the Your Name wiki right now. Let's see here. Oh, top comment. Why everyone keeps talking about Your Name when Garden of Words is the true legend of anime film?
Oh, man. Yeah, I think it's just because it wasn't, I don't know, as long. Okay, I will say this. It was emotional for Garden of Words. I didn't tear up the first time I watched it like Your Name.
That's true. I didn't tear up either.
Yeah,
but
bro.
I also this was after
Watching
after Silent Voice, and so my heart got ripped out of my chest after that one.
Oh yeah, bro. Silent Voice though.
Okay, so she serves as Mitsua's teacher.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yep.
Hmm.
So let's see here. This movie was made in 2013.
Yeah, Shinkai.
And then Your Name, Mitsua's portion took place in 2013. It was 3 years before.
Oh, that's cool.
So Wait, wait. So Yuki leaves to go back to her hometown, and she's teaching again. And that decision and ultimately leads to her her death in an alternate universe because of the asteroid.
Oh, good God.
Wow, that is such an unhappy, unsatisfying ending for her.
So the director of Your Name, Makoto Shinkai, makes reference to some of his previous work in the movie. For instance, the restaurant Taki works at is called Giardino del Parole, which translates to the Garden of Words. So yes, Shinkai, the director, also made Garden of Words. That's why the animation's so good, I guess.
Yeah.
Makes
I guess
sense.
the budget was lower. I guess the budget was lower for Your Name.
But you what? It wasn't what?
I'm just salty grapes that it's so good in 2013. And 3 years later it was not as good.
Calm down, you fanboy. All we're gonna hear from now on is, "Hey, did you see the new Psychopath stuff? Oh wait, hey, did you see Garden of Words just came out with some new content?" What's the third one you're gonna pick to complete the trilogy, Lance? You got your romance one, you got your dark one. Which one else do we need?
I don't know. You tell me, what genre haven't I fell in love with yet?
Well, you haven't watched RE0. I think you will fall in love with RE0 because I can't do it, and yeah, you'll love it if you love that kind of stuff.
I do love that kind of stuff.
Ugh.
No, it's in my top 3. Weathering with You, Your Name,
Garden of Words.
Garden of Words.
Well, no, Psychopaths. We're Psychopaths.
I'm talking about movies.
Oh, well, I mean, there's a Psychopaths movie.
There's a Psychopaths movie. It's not as good as, I mean, I love Psychopaths, don't get me wrong, but it is not anywhere in the same ballpark as these.
Really? Wait, so you put Garden of Words above Silent Voice?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Because I thought about that today too.
Wait, and you put Weathering with You above Silent Voice?
Ooh.
Surprising.
So
if you do.
hard.
If you do.
So I'll say when I watched Silent Voice the second time, it did not hit me as hard as it did the very first time. Whereas I got a similar response in Your Name and Weathering with You on my second viewing of those.
Yeah.
Now, I still love Silent Voice. I'll say why I think Garden of Words is better than Silent Voice is because in Silent Voice, we see the bullying, right?
Yep.
It's very, very visceral in that sense. Whereas in Garden of Words, it's implied. And I kind of liken the difference. This is not even the same genre, but the difference of being a thriller and like a gore film, right? Mm-hmm. In the thriller, there's a lot of implying what's going to happen next and who the bad guy is and what the outcome could be in a particular situation. And that builds up that anticipation and just sort of waiting for the release. Whereas like in a gore film, the release is there's very little, anticipation being built. It's just, it happens, right? And so when I transition that difference to Silent Voice and Garden of Words left to the imagination. Like, we know that the teacher was bullied, but how bullied was she? Like,
yeah, I mean, it was enough.
What exactly
did they do? School, bro.
I know, but that's the thing. Like, what was so bad that they did that could have made her so afraid to come to school?
Yeah,
that's not saying that they didn't do anything bad enough to make her not want to come to school. I'm just like my imagination is left wandering. What could it have been? Right? And I think that really brought it home to me. Whereas Silent Voice really just put the concept of bullying in your face and made you you're going to watch this and you're going to watch this person suffering in real time. Mm-hmm. Which made it it was very, very difficult and powerful, but the difficult is up there. Whereas in Garden of Words, it retained its power without making it difficult to watch. I think that's why I like it better.
Okay.
I think they did a better job of telling the story, um, telling that kind of story. But both are excellent. Like I want to stress this. My preferences and my opinions fluctuate. Depending on
If
how
it's
long it's
raining
been
or not.
stuck, if it's raining or not. But no, but they're all like top tier. Like that's why I said it. I keep still going to say it's my favorite because they're all so good, and I like them. They're all number one in my book for different reasons.
Yeah.
So,
bro, I definitely want to watch that Jose the Tiger and the Fish, but I can't find it anywhere. It's going to be on Funimation, but not for a while, and it's so disheartening.
Does that mean we have to go to Japan?
I'm down.
I'm down too. Maybe next year.
Yeah, we could do it.
Now, you asked me a question earlier today. If I, because you know how much I love the rain.
Mm-hmm.
If I wake up and I pray for it to rain every day.
Do you?
I wouldn't say that I sit there praying for it to rain, but I get excited when it is going to rain.
Really?
And he says that the reason why he likes the rain is because it makes him feel closer to the sky. And I don't know if maybe that's this is another reason why watching I think the sub would be good, because I don't know if that's a translation issue or if it's if that's really what he really said, or if it implies something different in Japan. But for me, part of the reason why I like the rain is because it makes me feel closer to the ocean.
You like the ocean?
I do. And being in the Midwest, is like the worst possible place you can be if all you think about is like the waterfront, like the ocean. Because there is no like, oh, I'm just gonna go 20 minutes to the beach. Like that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So
for
me, when it rains, it reminds me of that.
My geography is really bad. Seattle isn't close to the ocean, right? Or is it?
It's cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's relatively speaking close to the ocean. It's not like hours of a drive. I'll say that. It definitely is it could be a day trip.
Okay. I was curious.
Depending on what part of Seattle, and what part of Washington, because Seattle is such a big place, and there's several little communities. We're gonna go next year. Okay. We're gonna go to Seattle and Japan next year.
Bro, I think I'm rich?
You could be.
I could be, yeah. Let me get right on that, bud. What do you want to watch next?
I've picked the last two, haven't I?
I think you have, yeah.
What do you want to watch next?
I don't know. That words bubbling up like soda pop looked pretty cool.
Okay.
Have you seen that on Netflix? Like the on Netflix? Like the scene, have you seen the trailer? Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's a different kind of animation too, so I don't know how to feel. But I think I'd probably like it.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll probably do that one if that's cool with you.
Yeah.
I kind of really want you to watch RE0 too, because I want you to feel my pain, but you'd probably enjoy it. So, but RE0 is also a long anime, so I'm not sure if we have time for that.
Is it multi-season? Like, is it one season?
No, it's multi-season. So like it's Toradora, but like 3 seasons so far. It's just still going.
Oh my gosh.
And like one season's like 24 episodes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Maybe so would you want to do like to date review everything, or would you want to do just a season?
What do you mean?
Like we could probably
just be a season, probably.
Yeah, I could. I know. I've been busy lately.
Yep.
Let's do this
Soda
one,
Pop.
and yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'll
what were we
work on
gonna?
it.
So didn't we say last time we were either gonna talk about Garden of Words if we watched it or Tokyo Ghoul?
Yeah.
I feel like we need to review Tokyo Ghoul though, because that's our intro and outro.
You could do that.
But I really don't want to watch Soda Pop bubbling up like Soda Pop.
How many episodes is season 1 of Tokyo Ghoul?
12? No, it's probably more than that. I don't know. It was maybe 12. Let's see. I've watched all of Tokyo Ghoul and I've read all of Tokyo Ghoul, the manga.
So every time I go to the bookstore, I see it. Should I buy? Is Volume 1 the beginning of all of Tokyo Ghoul, or is there like? Because I know that each season has like a different. Like, is there a Volume 1 of RE season 3?
No. So there's just Tokyo Ghoul. There's Tokyo Ghoul RE. And then it just goes like the just like the anime.
Okay.
It already makes no sense when you start it.
Yeah, I'll get Volume 1 of that.
Yeah, I have it all on Kindle. It's pretty good.
I need the physical copy.
Whatever, you weeb.
No, I'm only buying certain. So like I'm looking for a lot of like light novels right now.
Like what? Which ones? Oh, light novels.
Yeah. So like Your Name.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's 2 volumes for Your Name, and then there's another set which is from the perspective of the little sister.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. So like I think it takes place right after Your Name. So I'm kind of curious, but every time I go to the store, they only have Volume 2. I'm very picky. I don't want to buy I'm not going to buy the physical copy of something that I don't absolutely love.
That's fair. That's very fair. What was I gonna say? I forgot. That's upsetting. Oh, what was I gonna say? It was something important.
Obviously not, if you can't remember.
What was it, Lance? I forgot.
I don't know. You didn't say it.
It was about. I think it was about Tokyo Ghoul, but I don't know if it was. Goodness gracious!
Oh, about we were talking about how RE doesn't make sense when you start it.
Yeah. Oh, light novels. You're talking about light novels.
Yeah.
So I finished the Sword Art Online Aincrad Volume 1, and then I switched to Solo Leveling light novel. Then it made me want to read the manga again, so I did that. I think I'm going to do Rise in the Shield Hero now, because I watched all the first season, and it's such a great anime that I need to listen to the light novel too.
Do you feel like, do you want to watch the anime first and then read the novel or the manga, or do you sometimes want to read the manga first?
No, because if I read the manga or if I read the light novel first, I'm gonna hate the anime because it's not gonna be the same.
But don't they add more? Like, that's everything I've read so far. It seems like there's more detail in the manga.
Oh yeah, so there's more more detail in the manga for sure. So like that's why I read Tokyo Ghoul manga after watching the anime, because the anime takes so much out of the manga.
Okay.
So that's why like I didn't read the manga first and then watch the anime, because I'd probably hate the anime.
Because of everything they took out?
Yeah. But I like watching the anime and then having more content and fleshing out the characters more in the manga, because it makes it even better.
See, that's kind of the perspective I had, because I'm also afraid, because the very first manga that I bought, how I was a little bit disappointed.
Yep.
It wasn't related to anything that we had watched so far.
Nope.
And
there's like little words, right?
Huh?
There's like no words either, right?
Yeah, it's mostly visual. It's mostly art, which, I mean, the art's still gorgeous, but like the story was kind of, it's really upsetting when you have to go to the Wikipedia page and read the plot there, and you're like, oh, okay, so that's what they were talking about.
Yep. I don't want it to be different.
But I would be very upset. I think for me, like, I would have loved it if there had been an anime to watch first, so I can get an idea if I'm gonna like it before I go out and then spend the money on a whole bunch of volumes at 8, 9, 10, $12 a pop to flesh it out. Versus if I did all that and then the anime just absolutely, or worse, I don't like the manga, then I'm like, maybe I like the anime, and then the anime's even worse. So,
you know what we should do? The first Sunday of every month, we should watch a bad like a bad anime, like one that's just awful. Like on reviews and stuff. Yeah, like get like a 1 or 2 star review anime and like just see like how awful it actually is. Like first Sunday of every month.
I'd be down for that.
That'd be so funny.
Yeah. I might grow to hate anime if I watch enough bad ones.
No, you have to watch bad ones because you have to see what your threshold is. We can't just watch all great animes and then never watch bad ones.
Why not?
Because we can't be true weeb. We can't be true weebs and otakus. Okay, if all we watch are great animes, we have to know where our bottom is. That's what she said. That's what she said.
Okay, senpai.
Oh,
teach me your ways.
Oh, brings me back to last episode. Eat me down. Oh, anything else you want to talk about? It's a shorter episode, but the anime we watched was only like 46 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to say. I
It's so good. It really was.
It's so good. It really was good. Oh, so it's going to be. I don't know if in other countries, but in the U.S. Netflix, it's going to be off. You have until November 14th to watch it.
Yep. So please watch it. This is definitely worth the watch.
It's so good, and I guess I feel like I should. I think it's so good that I feel like I should have more to say, but there isn't really much to say because it's. I mean, the story. I guess the story is simple, but how they tell it is very complex and very full of depth. And so I feel like if I say more about it than what we already have, I'm gonna spoil something. So like the experience.
Yeah, you'll spoil the experience. I mean, it was top notch anime. I don't know, man. I mean, it's definitely in my top 5, top 3 at least, I would say.
Even though it didn't have the satisfying ending that you wanted.
I'm trying to ignore. I'm trying to ignore the ending. Okay.
But yeah, I think that's all I have to say.
We're gonna watch Words Bubbling Up Like Soda Pop, right? Next time.
Yes.
All right. I'll probably watch it tonight.
Hey, what time are we gonna watch it, or what time are we gonna talk about it next week?
What do you say?
What time do you want to talk about it next week?
What do you mean? What time are we gonna talk
Just
about?
So I can go ahead and plan my day in advance. If you're thinking you'll be up.
All right. You want to make a bet? You want to make a bet?
I'll make a bet
of like when I'm gonna get up. What time do you think it's gonna be hard for me to get up?
What time do I think it's gonna be hard for you to get up?
Yeah, because it won't be a challenge if it's like 2:00 in the afternoon. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'd like you to get up at the 7 a.m. time slot that I get up every single day.
Do you think so when's the last time we actually recorded at 7? Like episode 2?
Yeah, probably. Because I'm always. Oh, so there was one time where I wasn't up before 7.
And I beat you. Yeah, and I beat you.
Yeah. So maybe that was the last time.
All right. So what do you want to bet that I actually am ready to go at 7 next week?
Okay, so if you are ready to go at 7 next week, I will watch whatever anime that no matter how much I've said I don't like that kind of stuff, I'll watch whatever you want for the following week.
Oh, no, you can't say that.
But if you don't get up, you have to watch all of Death Note.
Oh.
And that's what we're talking about the following week.
Oh. It's worth it because I'm gonna make you watch High School DxD or Domestic Girlfriend or Citrus. One of those three.
You have your pick, but we have to be
bro. If I make you watch High School DxD, we'd have to make that episode explicit. We'd have to. There's no way we could talk about it.
I don't know why you don't make every episode explicit.
I don't know, bro. Okay,
I have to hold myself back.
Well, there's a whole thing I have to do if I make every show explicit. I have to like resubmit the podcast and everything, bro.
Oh, we don't want to go through all that.
No, don't go through all that. All right, that's a deal. 7, right?
7 a.m. ready to go.
Now, is it ready to go or I'm awake at 7?
Ready to go at 7 because I am ready to go at 7 every single day.
Fair. All right. Sounds like a deal. But we're gonna watch Words Bubbling Up Like Soda Pop, and talk about it at 7 a.m. promptly.
Okay.
All right. Good. We'll catch you guys next time when we talk about that at 7.
Bye.